Hey guys, welcome to your YouTube channel where we talk all about the GATE exam. I'm back again with yet another SQL query where I'm going to make use of the subquery, which is the correlated subquery. So in this one, we are going to make use of exist along with the aggregate function, that is count star. And this count star is going to change everything. How beautiful this question is, and how many twists we can make out of this question, and what if null is present, what if we don't write count star and we write something else, what if the condition is changed, what will happen, you will see right here. Before we start solving it, I would really, as I always do, would say that please go through the question, pause your video, write it on a paper and solve and come back with your answer. So the question, let's read it out. Consider the following relation schema and instance R, A, B, C. So we have a relation whose name is R and it has three attributes A, B, C. The number of tuples resulted by the given SQL query is, so it's a numerical analysis question, numerical valued question. So the given query is right here from select star to this point, and this is the given instance. So you have three rows in your table where you have three attributes A, B and C. We just have to know that what is the number of tuples that we are going to get when we run this query over this relation instance. Isn't it simple? Yes, it is. Let's do that. Select star from R as T1. So we are taking one instance of R and giving it the name as T1, where exist. So this is the connective, or this is the clause, SQL clause, which we are going to make use of. The subquery is select count star. So select count star from R as T2. So we are taking another instance of R. One instance is T1, another instance is T2. And then we are saying where T1 dot A less than T2 dot A. Now you guys try and understand, we are making use of the instance which is used in the outer query inside the inner query. And that shows that this is the type of, which type of query? This is correlated subquery, which simply means that these queries are not independent. This query will not run independently. This will run for each tuple from this outer query. Okay? And every time the output of the subquery will dependent on that tuple for which this query is running inside. Right? So if I have to just execute this, before executing this query, I would just like to put a light on exist clause. What does the exist do? Exist is actually a kind of connective used by the SQL query, which is utilized in order to check whether the given inner query is resulting into something empty or non-empty. So basically, it can be said that it is used for the test of empty relation. Okay? And what happens that this query, if at all it results into something, if it doesn't give any empty relation, means if nothing comes out. Okay? So if it results into something, then exist clause will throw a boolean value which is a true. Okay? If something is existing here, then this will result into true as the boolean value for that particular tuple. And because the where clause is resulting into true value, so that tuple will be selected for your output, final output, which will be given here. And if this exist clause returns false, when it will return false? When you get nothing from here, then it is going to return false. Okay? So boolean value either true or false. These are the two values which is going to get returned by exist clause. And according to those two values, the where clause will become either true or false. If it becomes false, for that respective tuple for which it is doing, it won't be selected in the final output. Alright? So that is how exist work, and exactly in the opposite manner, the not exist work. Exist want to see, is there anything existing here or not? And not exist want to see if there is nothing existing here or not. Okay? So for exist, if something exists here, then it will result into true. For not exist, if something does not exist here, then that will return true. So let's not get confused by talking about both of them at the same time. Maybe in the next question I might come up with a not exist clause. After understanding the basic meaning of exist, let's understand what is written inside the subquery. The subquery says select count star from R as T2. Okay, so we are considering another instance of R, which is T2, where the clause is T1 dot A should be less than T2 dot A. Okay, so if at all the value of A from T1, whatever value of A you are considering here, if it is less than the value of T2, in that case this condition will become true and that tuple will be selected. Okay, so that is what we have to do. And how does this run? This runs like a for loop. So for each tuple of this, it will run for all the tuples of T2. Then again for the next tuple of T1, it will run for all the tuples of T2. Now let's run the query for this instance. So initially for T1 dot A is equal to 4, we are running this query. And for that matter, we come here from R as T2. So for each tuple of R, that means for each tuple here and here, we are going to run the same query. Okay, if you really get confused, you can make another instance quickly and you can write 4, 2, 6. So this you can consider T2 dot A, okay, or you just say this is T2 and you say this is your A. Okay, so and this you consider just as T1. So like this you will be running. So for this 4, you will run this query inside query for this and for this, for all three of them. So I do check T1 dot A is less than equal to T2 dot A. So initially T1 is here, okay, and T2 is pointing here. Okay, so 4 is less than 4? No, they are equal but not less than. So this will be giving you false. Okay, so this won't get selected. Next, 4 is less than 2. This will get compared. The T1 value is fixed here and this will run for this and this, as I told just now, just like a for loop. Okay, so this 4 will be compared. So 4 is less than 2. 4 is less than 2? No. Okay, so again false will be returned. Okay, next this 4 will be compared with this. So 4 is less than 6? Yes, true. So this tuple will be selected. Alright, so out of this subquery, which is running for this one tuple of T1, out of these 3 tuples, only one tuple is selected, which is the value 6. Okay, and if this where clause returns true, then that particular tuple will be selected in terms of count star. Okay, so in terms of count star means the count star simply lets you know it's an aggregate function. What does it do? It will simply count the number of tuples which have been selected. Okay, so only one tuple have been selected. So what this count star is going to return now? It is going to return 1. For the 4 from T1, the count star is returning what? It is returning 1. Okay, so because it is returning 1, what simply says, it simply means that this is existing. Okay, so this query will actually return what? This query will return a small schema where the top of it will be count star and the value inside is going to be 1. This is going to come out as a output. Okay, and so that shows that this is not empty and this is giving you some relation. And once you get this as some relation, this becomes true and the tuple for which we were working will become true. Okay, so that tuple will get selected here. So if I have to write somewhere my final output, so I would rather write here my final output, the final output. So the tuple related to 4 has got selected. So tuple related to 4 means this has got selected. This has got selected in your final output. Now let's move. So because it's your for loop. So after the inside loop has run the number of times it needs to, so this will get incremented and you will reach to the next tuple of your relation. So right now the T1 dot A is pointing to 2. Okay, but again T2 will have all the three values to get compared. So right, again for that value of 2 we will check it with everything. So we have to check 2 with 4. So is 2 less than 4? Yes. Is 2 less than 4? Yes. True. Okay. So this tuple will be selected for this inner query. Okay. Again 2 less than 2? No. Okay. So this will not be selected. That's fine. Now 2 for 6. So is 2 less than 6? Yes. So again this tuple will also be selected. So how many tuples we have selected? We have selected 2 tuples. Correct? From this point for R as T2, for 2 of the tuples this condition is meeting. Okay, it's matching, it's true. So the 2 tuples will come out and the count star finally will become what? Count star will become 2. Okay, so for T1 as count star value is 2. Okay, I'm just updating it. When the value of T1 dot A is 4, the count star coming from the subquery, it was 1 here, for 2 it is 2 here. Okay, because you all can see from your eyes that 2 is less than this and 2 is less than this. So definitely count star should give how much? It should give 2 values. Okay, now next. So for that matter, this exist is existing something which is count star as 2. This is a relation. This part is existing, so exist will throw true, and that respective tuple where the value of T1 was 2 is also selected in your final output. Okay, so that is selected. So I would now mark that this one is also selected. So the tuple related to 2 also has been selected. Correct? I just hope that you are getting my point. I am literally starving for the breath, but that's fine. I hope you're getting my point. Now let's come to the third tuple. So here the T1, because again the for loop, so this internal nested for loop is completed. So now the outer for loop gets incremented by 1 more, and we come to the next tuple, that is the T1 dot A value becomes 6 now. And for this value 6, T2 has again the 3 values for which it is going to get run. So we check 6 less than 4 and it says no, because 6 is not less than 4. We check 6 less than 2 and it again says what? No, false. 6 less than 6? No, false. Okay, now you will realize the beauty of count star or the problem related with count star. Okay, so the 6 is not less than any of them. So for each of the tuple, it returns false. This becomes false for each tuple of T2. Okay, and so what does become the count star? Count star says for T1 as 6, none of the tuple of T2 has been selected. So count star says, what does it say? It says 0. Okay, so when it is 6, the T1 dot A value is 6, the count star returns 0. Now many of you might get confused. Ma'am, if count star is returning 0, what is the problem? The problem is when the count star is returning 0, it is still returning some table. It is not empty. This part is not empty. This part is consisting some instance, some relation which is giving a value count star 0. If, and you know this written here count star 0, what does it mean? It means this is one tuple. This means this is one row. If there would have been nothing here, if this would have been empty like this, in that case this would have shown empty relation and exist would have thrown false. But because count star is giving value 0, so this exist will consider this as that yes, something is existing, and so it will return true. And once it returns true, the T1 which was related to which tuple, which was related to the tuple 6, this will get selected in your final output. Okay, and so your final output is also going to include the tuple with 6. Okay, and so I know most of you must have got the answer as 2 tuples, the number of tuples resulted by the given query, 2 tuples, but the actual answer is 3 tuples. How many tuples are coming? 3 tuples. This is the answer. Okay? I hope you are getting why the 3 is coming. The 3 is coming all because of count star. Had you change it? What if we change this count star? What if we make this count star as, suppose, only star? Okay? If we make it only star, what will happen? What will happen? For these two, it will return. For this one, it will return 1 row. For this one, it will return 2 row. Okay? For 2, it is going to return 4 and 6. For 4, it is going to return tuple 6, because that's what is going to come, right? But for 6, because 6 is not less than anything, so for each and every tuple, it's going to give you false, false, false. And if all are going to give false, nothing will be selected. And what you are going to output from here? Empty relation. Okay? And once you output empty relation, exist will throw false. If exist throw false, that respective tuple, which was 6, will not be selected in the final output. I know, it sounds little complicated because so many things are going around, and I think I'm just doing a lot of explanation at every moment of time, but all is to make you understand. I just hope that you are getting it. If at all not, you can put them down in the comment section. I can explain once again. Okay? So I hope you have understood that how if star would have been here, the answer would have been 2 tuples in the final output. But because we have count star, which result even 0. If nothing is getting selected, it will not say nothing, it will say 0. We are getting 0 rows selected. Okay, even 0 is a number, it's a value, it is reflecting 1 tuple. And if it is reflecting 1 tuple, that means this table is not empty. This table is containing some value. And if it is not empty, this exists is going to throw true, and that tuple will get selected. Okay, so this is how the change will come. So mind it, whenever you get a question in your exam, you have to be careful in terms of observation. Don't miss count star, because count star make a big difference. I mean, it was a very obvious output that the answer should have been 2 tuples. For those who would have ignored this count star, if you do ignore this, you're correct in your logic, but you're wrong because you're missing something. Okay, because count star makes a big difference. Alright, so this is how this question was supposed to get done. There's one more small implication. If you want to try, you can do that. What if one of the value was null? Or suppose that you have another tuple, 4th tuple, where the value of A is null. What will happen if we have null value? Because you guys have solved previous 2 questions which was totally dependent on null. So I just hope when a value null will come within comparison, you know what is going to get thrown? It's going to throw a unknown value. And if something is unknown, it doesn't get selected. But if it is count star again, even if it shows 0, it's a table. Correct? But if it is only star or anything, select A, B or anything other than count star. Okay, in that case, it will not select neither for the 6th nor for the null. Alright, if you really want, you can just try that question out by yourself. If you have doubt, you can put them down in the comment section. I will see you once again very soon with the next question or some other new concept. I hope this question was clear and you really liked it. You could understand something out of it. See you once again very soon. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.